Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Boar Blasters. It is a Dwarven mining airship incremental roguelite with bullet heaven kind of inspired mid-run progression. It's made by the developer of Void Scrappers, which I rather liked that bullet heaven. It was very fast-paced and had some pretty good, I was gonna say like infinite scaling stat customization that I thought was a ton of fun. What is this? Spawns more explosive blocks. What? I have no idea. All right, whatever. We're just going to dive in. So if you're noticing, or you might notice that I have, oh, hello. I already have some of the game kind of unlocked already. It's because the progress from the demo that I played a little while ago has carried over, which is kind of nice. It means I don't have to replay through all that stuff again. Anyway, all right, friend, there's a base of operations nearby that should have the location of my ship. You can get the info, we can get out of here, and hopefully stick it to a few goblins in the process. Yeah, so the entire point of the game is that we're just digging into the world. Oh, right. I forgot. I have to shoot, not just ram the world like a doofus. Brain, it's been a little while. It's been a long day. I've been doing other things. You're going too far for us to keep an eye on you. Fall back so we can plan an attack. Don't listen to him. The intel on my ship is too valuable to rest on. Okay, so we have to just find that, I suppose. All right, so we do have goblin raiders that, oh, they are shooting at me. It's just like scrap gun junk. I forget. I don't think I have a right click that I can really do much with, but we can do orbital battle axe, cleaves blocks and foes, more gems from earn more from gems and blocks, or increase bullet range. I'm gonna go for the axe. From what I remember, the axe is real good. Okay, and we just don't want them to get at me. Oh, right. And then I've got a, like a super dig that I can trigger. So I think we're just going to focus on the objective rather than getting resources exactly. The game has pretty extensive meta progression. Mostly it's just like stat customization and whatnot, hence why I said incremental earlier. It's kind of a weird mix. I've been thinking about this a lot lately in terms of like roguelike design and just explode him. Roguelike design, or specifically roguelite design more than anything else. Let's just go more carnage. And like the infinite grinding for extra resources for meta progression upgrades. That's something that's almost kind of antithetical to roguelike design, which is generally infinite replayability. And going roguelite usually comes with kind of let's see, going, like, having a game be a roguelite instead almost kind of caps off the replayability, because the more you grind for resources, the more you limit yourself on kind of what you can do. Sort of. It varies a smidge. Oh boy. I think I was actually able to block that briefly. Alright, let's just cruise down. Oh, there's a treasure chest up here that I should grab. I don't actually think we desperately need it, but still a good idea to go for. And don't get hit by the goblin copters, because that would be probably bad for me. We are also running kind of low on fuel, so I really should cruise. Because I'm not seeing any fuel blocks around here. It's mostly just explosives and other goodies. New enemy discovered. Oops, and more Gavos. There we go. We gotta be getting pretty close to the bottom here. I'm just gonna make sure I don't get surprised, because I don't have that much health. Okay, and I have no idea what those purple blocks are. I don't know if they're useful. I don't know if they're bad for me. But there's another one. Boy, I did not expect it to be this dark and dangerous down here, but here we are. Okay, bolt-on required. Periodically emits a blast wave, bullet range, bullet damage. Hopefully that's just all damage, but you never know. Okay, so quest complete. Now, I don't actually know if I need to make it to the bottom. Good job. That all seems correct. You can make your way over here as fast as you can. What? Oh! Okay. Unfortunately, the goblins are starting to get pretty stinky. Think we got lucky? Okay, we got lucky and we know where the exit is. Kind of. I just have to make it there. I still wish I leveled up a little faster. It's such a solid perk system, but only getting like 2 or 3 perks on a single run is a little rough. Okay, and we're within like going to crash range if I don't cruise. There we go. That was actually a bit more tense than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so depth, we also have unlocked Core Plasma Mineralizer. Enemies drop gems on death. Actually seems good. The main problem is just I don't get enough levels to actually make use of some of these things. What's the cheapest? Bullet damage. Let's snag that. I am literally 1 coin away from being able to buy that one. That's tragic. Let's see, ability cooldown faster. Let's go for that one. That's probably all I can afford, kind of, sort of. But yeah, I wish I had leveled up like 2 to 3 times faster. Like, make the game scale faster to compensate, but give me... Oh. Oi! You're not supposed to be here. This is our camp. Alright. So we've got Grabins. Oh, they have their own gyrocopters. I'm glad that you can actually block their projectiles. Okay. So, autonomous drill module, create a shaft. Let's just go for the damage. I don't think we need the range at the moment. But yeah, there seems to be goblin houses over here. So I'm going to commit crimes. Oh, beans. Yeah, I was kind of blocking the shot, but I didn't stop it. Oh, these rocks are tough. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out, play it kind of safe here. Ideally... Oh, it did get me. Ideally, don't take too much damage. What? Oh. That blended in with the background maybe a little... Oh, no, it regrows. That's the deal. Let's go for the... free gems or something. Okay. That was unsafe. Blow that up. See if I get anything. Unfortunately, yeah, fuel cells are pretty rare here. And so that's going to cause me some issues. I got to get out of this infinitely growing territory. Unfortunately, my gun damage is getting pretty bad. So we might just be out of luck for a little while. But on the flip side, whatever this purple stuff is, it sells well. Okay, there we go. I think we found our exit. Okay. Electric orbs clear a path? Sure. I think they're just going to go in random directions. Yeah, and they're not going to guide me anywhere specific. Whoop. I think I almost lost there. Oh, I was supposed to destroy the goblin houses. That's what's going on. Alright, I'll have to do that again then. Ricochet shot caster. Ooh. Let's see. Flight time duration. Some extra time isn't a bad idea. Earn more from gems? I don't know. Okay, so let's go back in here, because I think we need to get the goblin house. Unless it's randomly generated. No. Strange question, but, well, me and the wife have been having a bit of a disagreement over the mushrooms you got for the king. They were green, right? Were they hell? They were red. She is correct. What? No, anyway. We've made a bet. If you can find that mushroom again and prove its color, I'll give you something in return. Okay. Do I have to find like 1 or 3? I guess we might as well cruise, grab some extra fuel, earn more from gems and blocks, fire more bullets per second. Let's go for the Tesla orbs. I find the base stat increases to be kind of okay. Ow. That's what I get. Let's just slowly punch through. It does feel like I'm kind of just waiting for the, let's see, I'm waiting for my speed boost to kick in, rather than actually doing a whole lot of mining here. It's fine. It's effective. Okay, gem attraction radius. Let's just go damage. And there's some more blessed fuel, if I can chunk my way over to it. Alright. There we go. I guess the other thing is, if I could potentially stay here for a lot longer, then I think we get all the perks I'm looking for and more. But they tend to be well, fuel upgrades and fuel refills are rather rare. Okay. Oh, there's the mushroom. Let's see, grab that one. Money's doing okay. It's not perfect. Do not get batted here. Okay. Red. Ah, you hear that? Gunnar says it wasn't red at all. In fact, he apologized profusely for ever doubting me. Aye, he said it was in fact green. No dishes for me. Thanks again, Gunnar. Rude. Keep this quiet, will you? I'll work on a shotgun attachment for your copter. Oh, okay. Bolt-on acquired. Bullets reflect off blocks and enemies lower fire rate. Sure, let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here for very long, which is a bit of a downer. But at least I can spend a little bit more time exploring and grabbing loot while we wait. Because we want to get as much money whenever we leave these levels as possible. And, you know, in retrospect, I'm actually getting plenty of experience. I just need to mine more. More aggressively and more stuff. We know where our exit is, so I can just kind of chill. And my deal is just to get some more damage on this gun, I think. Well, that's the big one. But yeah, I'll just keep this up until we, let's see, I'll just keep this up until we start looking kind of low on fuel. Then I'll come back. Okay, do we want to do axe? Axe. Unfortunately, I prefer the axe at max level, but there's only so much I can do about that. Well, I don't actually know what the max level is. That's part of it. You know, we at most get only a handful of upgrades here. It feels like I'm getting a couple more. Okay, I think we've hit the upper limit on this one, which is good because we're about to hit our time limit. Not much for fuel, though, unfortunately for me, but I wasn't really expecting to find too much of it. Alright, there we go. And just like Void Scrappers, music on this is incredible. Let's just go for the fire rate per second. Like, Void Scrappers had an absolute just bumpin' soundtrack, and this one is just as good. Almost to the point where, well, I mean, I will absolutely look up some of the musicians here. But almost to the point where I almost kind of wish there was like a little radio player pop up in the... Ow. Deserved that. It's fine. A little radio player in the corner that would be like, hey, this is the song that's currently playing. Okay, frag crate. Start with shaft frags. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, number of hits before hull breach. Shots per second. Let's just go for the damage. and go for some bullet range. If I'm messing around with bouncing, we might as well. All right, let's go to this one. Seems like there's a fair bit here. It does seem like this might have kind of an upper limit where after a certain point, there's not really much of a reason to play anymore, which, you know, I do always struggle with that. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. This is all camp. Okay, so now we're killing the goblins this time around. I'm gonna go for the ricochet. What? Oh. Yeah, unfortunately with my limited range, the piercing isn't, or the bouncing isn't quite as good. However, shaft frags, yeah, we've started with a whole upgrade. That's actually incredible. Yeah, so we're here for some degoblination. Snag it all. Okay, what do we want? You know what? I'm just gonna throw more bombs. If we've already started with that upgrade, then I am 100% using that. It would be remiss of me not to. Okay, so main one is we've got to destroy 10 goblin houses, which, you know, some part of me is actually a little weird about this. I mean, they're goblins, whatever, right? But on the flip side, I don't know, there's one thing to destroy the goblins, it's another thing to blow up their houses. I think I've just been a little more oversensitive this year for a variety of reasons. Okay, I don't know if we need to worry about the stank clouds. Well, let's throw more bombs. The goblins are stinking up the place. Clearly. Okay. Oh, okay, so the clouds are probably harmful. There's a little bit more. Plenty of fuel. Though the fuel recharges are kind of minor. I wonder if it's one of those where you actually get less fuel, like it's a fixed amount, rather than proportional to whatever your maximum is. Because back when I played the demo, it felt like it's just increased damage. Back when I played the demo, it felt like I was able to recharge most of my fuel with, let's see, with a fuel pickup. Whereas now it feels like it's just a drop in the bucket. Ow, deserved that. Or something. Unfortunately, oh wait, no, quest completed. Sick, let's get out of here. This is over, dwarf. The boss will be expecting you. So long. I don't know what I'm doing with that goblin voice. It doesn't matter. I'll probably forget it by the next time it comes up and use a different goblin voice. Oh, let's just get out of here. I don't have a whole lot of health to be screwing around in Stank Town. I like the shaft frags. They're pretty good. I'm not entirely sure of their practicality. They're good for ripping up things below you. But I'm not wholly certain about, like, dealing with groups or enemies, or even really moving laterally here. Okay, how much money are we sitting on? Decent chunk. There we go. I guess I should be working my way down. Because, yeah, oh boy, we are actually out of juice. Let's see, more gems and blocks, increased damage, increased bullet range. Holy smokes, this is tanky. my problem is I haven't seen a fuel upgrade or a fuel refill in ages. And we are probably cooked. Damn. Yep. Alright. We completed the quest. We get to keep our stuff. I was not expecting the exit portal to be that far over. Well, let's just... no, I shouldn't have tried again. I had a lot of money. Let's end that run. Okay. Do you want to increase our flight time? It's tempting. However, things are getting kind of chunky. So let's go for just some more DPS. Okay. Not that that really makes too much of a meaningful difference here. So are we going to have another quest, or did we complete the one that we wanted to complete already? And I'll definitely need to increase my range before I really use the piercing. Or not the piercing, the bouncing. Let's go for the axes. I think that's a little bit more reliable at the moment. The bouncing would be great if my range was good, but my range is not good, therefore my bouncing is bad. Okay. Don't get hit by the stank clouds, because they apparently hurt quite a bit. Our entire goal here is to just get out of Stank Town. Get down to this tier at the very least. Ideally, get down to the bottom. And we haven't had a quest yet, so... Retrofitter module, shoot out the back? Yes. It's not that helpful, but it's extra. And I like extra in this situation. Ooh, these are chunky. The axe seems to go through them pretty quick, though. Oops. Ran out kind of too early there. It's fine. We got some health to throw around here. Alright. Is the charge not strong enough to actually break these green blocks? It might not be. Okay, more bullets. Electric orbs. More bullets per second. Oh, can my axes destroy the clouds? Maybe? Hard to say. Alright. Increase damage. I mean, we kind of desperately need that. Get this. Take a moment. Get another big chest. Heck yeah. And yeah, we are actually getting a fair bit of upgrades here. I guess it's just a matter of later levels are much more generous with their goodies. And so as a result, I'm leveling more often. I was not expecting a chest buried into the ground like that, but so be it. Okay. Just keep scooting. How am I doing fuel-wise? Kind of bad, actually. Yeah, the whole shoot from behind situation is actually working out really well for me. Okay, I think it's time we find the exit. Wait, yeah, it's really far away again. What the heck? Okay, we're good. I can take a moment. Once it starts showing the you're out of fuel situation, then we need to care. Right now we at least have a little bit. I'm actually quite curious what would happen if I ran out of fuel directly above the chest. Would I be safe? No clue. Alright, gem shards. Gem blocks launch projectiles when destroyed. Whoa, okay, that's cool. Let's increase our flight time. Let's see. I think that's good enough. I'm hoping to get some more cool, like, permanent upgrades like the drop bombs one. I almost kind of wish I actually knew which ones those were. Is this one yellow? Is that just our starting block? It probably is. I'm just going to keep pushing kind of in this direction, maybe? Alright, there we go. Oh, do I want to keep going back into this place? I do kind of hate this zone. We'll see. New biome unearthed. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't hate this zone. Is this a resource? Gunner, my ship is nearby. I'm sure of it. You'll find it in the depths. They like to hide their tech as deep as they can. Is this a resource? No, that's not gems. It's very dark here. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this is kind of the weird hell growth dimension, which is a bit of an issue. Because it's kind of a mixture of a lot of really tough resources, the regrowing thing, the regrowing stuff, which doesn't come back. So, like, I can destroy it, and it's gone for good. Bullet range, bullets per second, damage. You know what? Let's go for the bullet range. Because if we can get the bullet bouncing, that gives us some interesting leeway. Yeah, so this stuff just grows on its own without any input on my end. So that's something to be aware of. Ooh, that's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so the creeper mold it's an enemy. All right, let's go for gem blocks launch projectiles. I don't know how good that is, but I like to imagine it's really good for clearing out small, tight areas and large clumps. Interesting that that lad got stuck. Okay, destroy some of this. Make sure that doesn't blow up on me. Blow up some of these blocks. I was hoping the projectiles coming out of them would be more effective. But whatever. Let's just go for more shots per second. Some part of me still is kind of just like, well, the extra abilities are nice, but compared to just simply blasting a bigger hole with the gun, it seems like the gun wins. I almost kind of wish this had a progression system a little closer to Halls of Torment. I could see that actually being really good. You know, some level of meta progression, but you're actually like finding parts for your drill copter on runs. Well, I guess we do get a shotgun later, so maybe I kind of get my wish. I don't know, maybe not. I'm enjoying this so far. It got what it does especially well is mostly just the let's go for this. Having the axe is kind of helpful because it means the creeper mold doesn't get to me. Or it's at least less likely to catch me unawares. Okay, and I might need to actually care about some of this stuff. This music's almost kind of, what is it called? Funk walk. Yeah, it's very funky. Like in a very good way? Okay. Temporary upgrade, shoot out the back. I'm just gonna snag that. Yeah, because I've got a lot of, a lot of not so friendly friends coming after me. That's mine. She's a beauty, ain't she? Quest completed. All right. And we're out of that area, so now I should be able to start cruising, hopefully, for the exit. You got company. I'll fill you in on all the details once things quiet down. Okay, going the wrong direction. And that seems pretty far. That seems very far away. I do kind of wish the enemies would drop fuel for you. Yeah, I might not be getting out of here. That seems pretty distant. Nope, never mind. We're good. Let's just go for more damage. Okay, so we got a little bit of time before that shows up. Never mind. I thought we had more time than we actually do. Well, that's okay. Let's get out of here. 80,000 ain't bad. Let's not risk it. I'm still betting if we were directly above the chest, we will just fall safely into it. New unlock, chain gun actuator, massively increased fire rate. Aiming is for elves. Oh, that wording is great. Alright, what else can I afford? Gem magnet range? That's okay. Let's go for the ability cooldown speed, because that's actually quite useful. Wow. This is kind of big. It does mean that, like, oh. Character select. Cluster of homing missiles that explode on impact. No, let's give Ragnhild's Blast Maiden. Detonated blast barrage. Cluster missiles. Sure. She seems fun. Alright, lads. I've got one stop to make along the way. I've got my eye on some goblin reactors. I think you're all gonna like this. Okay. Okay, looks like she's got the same gun, but maybe we just have to unlock more. Interesting that we've unlocked a second playable character. What I would argue is so late in the game, but... What? But clearly it's further in than I thought. Okay, so our ability cooldown is a little slow, but I can see why. That's nonsense good. Okay, gotta destroy the reactors. Looks like we got some fuel here, which is nice. Oh, interesting. Do the missiles fly in every which direction? It's probably exactly it. Okay. Let's just increase our damage. Let's see another 2 reactors. So we fire in the direction that we're aiming. I'll keep that in mind. Ha! Tell me that wasn't worth the extra trouble, no? I must have blown up some more than I didn't realize. Gunnar, Ragnhild, I've been trying to reach you both for days. Get back here this instant. I really like the Lady Dwarf representation. That feels really good to me. Like, few games have Lady Dwarves, and it's nice. It's legitimately just nice to see. And that they're, well, properly bearded. I don't know. I'm sure that there's always going to be kind of the detractors on that one, but, like, dwarves have such a specific vibe and style. I don't remember what book I was reading a long time ago, but there was kind of an implication of, like, dwarf women are just as bearded as the men, and it's very difficult to tell, you know, who's male and female in their society. I always thought that was kind of a charming way of putting it. I've been kind of surprised that that isn't specifically used more often. As like a trope in some meaningful fashion. I'd also argue Dungeon Meshi does a fine job of it. The women are just stocky, but it's very respectful and very charming. Charming. Okay, there's some extra fuel. I think I adore this character. She's very high on the collateral damage scale in a very good way. Okay, what do we want? Sure, massively increased fire rate. Whee! Aiming is for elves. I'm just gonna wipe that out. I thought I saw a treasure chest over here. I was wrong. Unfortunately, these guys are just hanging above me. We don't have enough light. Ah. Okay, I'm just gonna fire that off. Destroy what I can. Let's just get out of here. The dropper copters aren't that bad. I don't think you can actually destroy their attacks, though. Which is a bit of an issue, maybe. Because, yeah, I haven't exactly been investing into my health. Because for the most part, I'm not in any danger. But today, clearly I am. Okay, so I guess that means what we should do is probably cruise for an exit. Especially because my fuel's starting to look kind of bad. The spray and pray is doing wonders here for ripping apart things like the flies. I'm just surprised I'm only level 3 here, considering how much I've collected and destroyed. I almost wonder if blasting all of those rocks, or the reactors, like if I'm not getting experience from it for some reason. Or if this character just levels much slower. Both are possible. I'll have to experiment with it, but it does feel like she levels very slowly. Okay. Let's go for enemies drop gems on death, considering we're killing hosts of enemies here. It seems weird to not pick that option. Yep. Let's see. Let's go for the ricochet. I don't know how good it is, considering everything. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it to the bottom. Too many enemies. We don't, like, we haven't even reached. Interesting. Yeah, I can't even really guide this. That was kind of wild in its own way. So, we got the objective. So maybe it'll be easier second time around. Yeah, let's just keep going for her. I like big booms, and I cannot lie. Yeah, that chain gun was nicely satisfying. Ooh, these are tough. I think I'm gonna do shoot at the back, considering if we have more of those jerks that drop bombs on you, this is kind of one of the easier possible solutions to that. And also we've got these little flies. Also, I'm gonna want the upgrade that is I'm gonna want the upgrade that is enemies drop gems, because boy, there's going to be a lot of dead enemies on this level, and I want to make the most of that, ideally. Like, really, I guess what I'm saying is kind of just going to go for the same build again. Just hopefully we don't quite have as many goblins dropping junk on our heads, because that was a nuisance. Big chest. I guess we don't have to worry too much about what's behind me in this situation. There we go, that should be a level and a half, maybe. More bullets per second, explosive projectiles at a distance, but that's... I didn't care too much for the boom shaft artillery. The one problem I am running into with this is the pool is kind of... gets kind of full really fast. And since we're only getting 3 upgrades per level, the chances of me seeing the upgrades I want, let alone maxing them out over the course of a run, are actually shockingly slim. I think it kind of goes back to my whole, I wish I leveled up way more often. Like, make the game scale to compensate. But this almost feels too stingy. Maybe it's just I need to find certain resource types, you know, the purple stuff. Let's skip the axe for now. Let's just go for a big bullet, long range. Ooh, an upgrade I'd love to see, and we're probably going to find it, is piercing. You know, pierce enemies, but also pierce terrain. And so if you overkill like a piece of terrain by any amount, the damage carries over to the next. That would actually be pretty nice. Okay, so we're back to the fly zone. I was still kind of hoping we get the killing enemies gives you gems. Considering, I mean, look at how much gems I'd be swimming in with these flies. So many. And yeah, the shoot behind you upgrade is very much saving my bacon, probably. I would definitely feel considerably more overwhelmed, but like here I can just... Okay, it's bad to look at, but it is effective. I like this format though. I think it's got a lot... Ooh, I hadn't even paid attention to the parallax backgrounds, but they're really good. I like the formula, namely digging is very satisfying no matter what game it's in. I'd love to play more games like this. Heck, I'd actually play one that's effectively a Terraria simulator, but you're never going back up. Your entire point is to get as deep as you can, and you're just getting random resources and equipment and whatnot. I think that actually would also have a lot of potential. And maybe it's just this region does not give much for experience. There's a lot of nothing. Okay. Bullet range, bullet damage. Let's just go for the bullet damage. I think we already do enough damage to one-shot most of the little guys. The environment is still not as forthcoming. Let's just shelve those. And yeah, we might want some bigger pickup radiuses. Radii? A bigger pickup radius later on. Alright. Let's just scoot down. I don't know when we're going to hit the exit here, but it kind of needs to be soon. Ideally. Okay. Blast the hell out of these. We don't... There's the exit. Okay, good. Oh, we're right next to it, too. Well, is it time for a little bit of goofy science? Do we want to see if you can safely fall? when you run out of fuel. We were actually directly above it earlier. All right, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so you can safely fall into the chest. Alright, so what do we unlock? Scatterloader, lower fire rate, blast them in the face. Alright. What are we looking for? You know, honestly, maybe magnet range. Okay, some of these are getting a little spicy. I wish there was actually some basic information on them. Like, hey, this one is... Sorry, gotta move the mic. This one is like X depth, or here's the expected biomes, if you know what they are. You should head back to the ship. King Hordebeard wishes to speak to you. Wait, are those? They're hiding in the dirt. Take them out. Oh, these things. Die, whatever you are. I've killed some of them. I do find the little side... Oh, it's goblins hiding in the dirt. Why would they do that? I have no idea. Alright, enemies drop gems on death. I don't know if this is going to be as dire as the previous one we were in, but, nope. This is going to be very well worth it. Because now we have the flies. Works well for me. They're gonna scoot and grab things. Might as well grab some more fuel. Let's see. Lower fire rate. Blast them in the face. Oh. That is lower fire rate. I wonder if it's mutually exclusive with the chain gun, or if you can mix them together. I don't fully know. Okay, well, one way or another, we are getting way more gems as a result of all of this, which is very much what I was kind of trying to go for. Range is good. Nope. Aiming is for elves. Yes! Chain shotgun. Okay. So this is pretty much kind of dream come true farming moment. Unfortunately, I don't think it's actually that much money, which is the downer. Okay. Lower fire rate, but bullets reflect. Screw it. I don't even know what this is going to look like, functionally. And ultimately, maybe I don't care too much. It just seems fun. Okay, the one problem is for the goblins hiding in the dirt, there's no easy way for me to really tell where they are. I mean, yeah, they like peek out and I'm supposed to destroy them, but... Okay. Yeah, let's go for the gem blocks, fire projectiles as well. Yeah, I guess I should be looking in the harder rocks somewhere. Or the edge of the map. That's kind of bad, actually, considering, once again, fuel is super rare. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going for the fire rate. Oh, there we go. So those fire rate upgrades are actually pretty substantial. Like, holy smokes. Okay, quest is completed at the very least. Goblin spies, that should be most of them. I have a bad feeling about all of this. Get back here, now! I do actually appreciate the various dwarves. And their personalities, I suppose. Alright. Magnet range, bullet range. The magnet range is nice, but we already have a decent amount of it. Okay, we should probably just go south. Or south down. Wow. The speed at which I am ripping through everything is astounding. Which very much does kind of conform to my original belief of, boy, I bet if you just go hard gun, you are going to be in for a very good time. Nothing has challenged that belief. Okay. Unfortunately, I've only found like a smidge of fuel. But maybe that's fine? I think I can kind of live with that limitation. Because we're almost done, maybe. Let's just go for the gem attraction radius. I don't need too much else. So it seems like that gem attraction radius upgrade is actually massive? I was originally kind of disinterested in it because how good could it be? And the answer is, gosh, it feels like it's doubled my pickup radius. Seems great to me. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. We are just going to go straight up. Hope we land on the chest on the way down. And I mean, even if we don't, there is always the possibility... Well, I mean, there's always the absolutely stunning amount of resources that I've accrued over the course of this run that quickly makes it not really matter if I win or lose. Because I'll do this again. I'll have a very good time of it, maybe. Okay, there we go. That's about all I was gonna get. Oh. Huh. Interesting, once I was out of fuel, landing on the enemy messed me up. I was not expecting that. Well, let's pick that up, I guess. Ooh, magnet range is expensive. Alright, there we go. Well, do we want to do that again? Yeah, let's do it. It'll be nice and easy. Because this time I'm just going to go straight down. We got more or less everything that we needed. And as fun as a farming run is, I can probably live without doing that. And we can just aim for the exit. I deserve that. Would like to level up here so we can start getting some upgrades. Okay. Axes? No. Chain gun. Yeah, the chain gun buckshot combo is unbeatable in my eyes. Like, stuff like the axe is kind of fun, but and this is actually an issue. I actually wrote about this. I did a blog post on like good bullet heaven design that I just put out. I think I'm gonna have to update it a little bit for some clarity, and also, I don't know, just I feel like good bullet heaven design is always going to be kind of an evolving topic anyway, just because there's a bunch of them and people keep having cool ideas that I like. But one of them is specifically that if you're going to have a bunch of these like different power-ups, like the swinging axes, for example, you very much want to make sure that those power-ups are affected by the stat boosts in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, what's the point of having them? So, for example, if you have damage ups, but the damage ups only apply to your bullets and not your like sweeping axes, that's kind of bad. Okay. If we can get some more. There we go. And so I've given some advice to random developers on this one because it was like, hey, this is a really cool bullet heaven, but yeah, why do all of your like passive ability or passive upgrades only apply to your character's gun? That doesn't make any sense. And so I'd love to see a little bit more like interplay between the different abilities here. Let's go for the enemies drop gems on death, since we're probably going to run into them again. I think I should have gone for the magnet radius instead, but it's hard to tell. Because we're not cruising quite as aggressively as we were last time, so I might be able to just make do without. Let's see, shotgun. I think the one thing I could probably skip is the piercing from last time. I don't think that was particularly amazing. Or piercing, bouncing. But again, could be wrong on that one. What was I going to say? I don't know. I think it's just one of those that, like, I'd love to see more stat ups affect these, like, passives. Because I love the idea of the sweeping axes, but the problem is, like, nothing else boosts them. And so if it's scaled off of different, the different upgrades in various ways, so like attack speed would make the axes sweep around you faster, or even stuff like pickup range would actually make them larger as kind of like a secret synergy kind of deal. I think that would actually be really good. Maybe that already exists to some degree. I'd imagine the damage up probably carries over. But that might be the extent of it. Okay. I think the big thing that we need, I mean, fire rate, damage. It's always like those two things. But we can also probably safely just head for the exit and say good enough. I like farming for money, but we don't have to do it every single run. Okay, increased damage, yeah. I do wonder if the extra money works as a means of leveling up faster too, because that would be worth it. Okay. What do we have? Damage. Do we want the gem blocks launch a projectile? I think so. Okay, and we found our exit. Well, do I play the Goofus? No, let's just kind of stick in the area for a little while. We don't want to go until we start crashing, but I might as well grab what I can while we're here. Okay. Maybe that's good enough. I think it is. Guess I can fight these guys. Yeah, they're not worth that much money, is the downer. Like, I like the gem from enemies thing, especially if you're going to be fighting the flies, but... You know, it'd actually be really interesting if there were, stats for that. Copter speed by 20%, but increase fuel consumption by 10. Ouch. Well, do we just go for flight time? Sure. Okay. Down we go. There's a lot of these levels. Like, I'm actually impressed. I would have assumed that this would be purely run-based, but instead it's these distinct zones with side quests and whatnot. I think it still could have just been a game where you start at the top and you go down, and it's not quite infinitely deep, but it's ridiculously deep. As kind of a, like, you're not going to reach the bottom. By the gods, look out, an ambush, get out of there. Everyone in range, we're under attack. It's time to make a retreat. Gunner, Ragnhild, return to the ship immediately.
Did you miss me? We brought you some gifts, dwarf. You can knock down our outposts, but that's merely kindling for our fire. You'll regret it.
Okay, so I guess we're getting attacked by Gavins. Well, I guess this is a situation where I might want to consider... Whoop. That's a lot of them, actually. This might be a situation where I go for the resources on kill. Okay, rude. There we go. Yeah, because the problem is I need to actually get out of... Or I need to get some levels here, otherwise we're in trouble. I appreciate the sudden increase in challenge. I just wish I gained experience from kills. Rude. Okay, so I've done something? Oh, it just blinded me. Okay. This might be one of those where I'm somewhat reliant on... let's see. My victory is somewhat dependent on what upgrades I get and when. Ow. I'm actually having a bad time here. The lack of experience for levels makes it difficult. To make any kind of meaningful headway here. Yeah, we're gonna blow up. I think there's a couple of upgrades that would solve this problem. But we are not getting them. Okay. Full range? No, shoot at the back. There is a world where I will survive this. It's just a world where I'm incredibly lucky and manage to avoid everything. Yeah, I think we desperately... Oh, I didn't actually realize there was a depth meter on the side. I think I'd just been ignoring it. Okay, lava block biome. Oh, with its own bad boys. All right. Yeah, I think we need the creatures drop gems for you. Well, do I go elsewhere? I think I'm gonna go elsewhere. I think I need a little bit... Oh, what the? Completion.
Do you understand what you've both done? You put us in a terrible position with your foolishness. The goblins have their eyes on us. In fairness, they... Stop! I want to hear it from her, and I expect a damn good explanation or someone's getting thrown off the ship. Huh.
The spies already knew the ship's location. This would have happened sooner or later. It might not look like it, but we have a huge advantage here. I found some information in my initial recon mission that'll shift the balance of the war. I know where they're sourcing their tech, and with that outpost gone, we have a clear path directly to it.
Ha! Leave us. I need to discuss this with Cogsworth, but if you ever pull anything like that again, there will be hell to pay.
plot. I was not expecting a story, to be honest. Let alone the fact that I'm only at 22% completion. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but do I want to go here? Yeah, let's go over here. Let's go to this level. I don't think I'm going to go much longer just because. But I want to get one more run in. One more. I don't even know if I care if it's a win or not. I just want to get another run in. It very much fits that kind of one more run vibe. It does lack, I'm going to say, long-term replayability. Earlier at the beginning of this video, I'd mentioned that I thought this was an incremental game. And it is. It uses a lot of bullet heaven upgrade scheme. Well, it uses a bullet heaven upgrade scheme, which I actually think is brilliant. Oh, it's just automatic shooting. I don't have to be clicking down. That's why I keep stopping shooting randomly. That's actually really nice. Let's see. But yeah, so it uses the bullet heaven like upgrade system to great effect, but very much would classify this as, yeah, a incremental game with a proper ending. And I think that's a good way of doing it. As much as I like bullet heavens, they don't all have to be infinitely replayable. In fact, I'd actually argue that many of them are kind of made worse in that attempt, but many of them are also made worse in trying to have like, oh, okay, it's a genre that can flip either way. It can be an infinitely replayable roguelike, or a roguelite where you grind a bunch, get very powerful, have a good time, and then you get bored because you've maxed everything out and there's nothing else to do. I like both. I don't like meta progression that much. However, I don't mind meta progression when the game is centered around the idea of acquiring currency. It can feel pretty satisfying in that kind of situation. Because rather than being trying to combine both of those. Wow, that pickup radius upgrade does slap. I might have to pick that up in general, like just habitually. It is hard to reconcile roguelike design and roguelite design together in a satisfying manner. It's kind of the reason why it's not very fun to play Rogue Legacy for longer than the game. It's not very fun to play Rogue Legacy after you've beaten it. Sure, there's New Game Plus that you can kind of do over and over and over again, but that gets boring in and of itself. Like, there's still only so much you can do in that regard before it's just like, yeah, I've been there, done this. Whereas conversely, Binding of Isaac, you can play over and over and over and over again because the build variety on that game is insane. And so, to some degree, I wish more roguelikes, and especially Bullet Heavens, kind of figured out, like, hey, we're going for more of that, like, grind until you win vibe, or the, you know, this is a game that's meant to be played endlessly for fun. Because I feel like while those two can kind of work together and share similar mechanics, the core design philosophy has to be kind of sorted out right from the get-go. Otherwise, the game's just going to feel bad. And so this one clearly is much more of a, like, hey, grind until you win. And I think that's actually good. I think that's good. I like Void Scrappers, but, blocks drop gems? Sure. I like Void Scrappers a fair bit. It was fun to play for the amount of time I did put into it. And I probably should have put in a little bit more. There were a lot of unlocks and whatnot that I could have really invested into what it got big. But on the flip side, this one's a little bit more compellingly like, hey, I could play this for like 5 or 6 hours and then I'm done for good. And it's more of like a satisfying playthrough with a distinct ending. Because not every roguelike needs to have an ending. And so I like the intentionality of this very much being, hey, you know, start the game weak garbage without a whole lot of abilities, and then eventually become just like a terrain-munching monstrosity. Blocks drop more gems? Blocks drop more gems! I don't actually know if that was really a good idea, because they don't seem to drop many. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, let's just scoot for the exit. I could go longer and grind for some loot, but we haven't really gotten anything other than money grinding abilities, and those, you know, aren't actually that good after all. And that's fine too. So anyway, Boar Blasters, ooh, Blast Wave Shrapnel, Explosions Launch Projectiles. See, there's so many of these upgrades that actually seem really good. I think maybe the one complaint that I truly will have for this one is I wish the meta progression was more interesting, like a big talent tree that unlocked a bunch of stuff. Rather than it scaling your stats up, it's like, hey, here's this upgrade gives you like 4 options when leveling up. This one makes it so fuel gives you like 20% of your, you know, your overall fuel bar rather than just 10%. Perks like that I think would be more satisfying than this system, and would mean that like you don't have to just feel like you're grinding for resources. But I can also see that like this does give you that nice Skinner box feel of like grind for resources, get your fly time up, get your base damage up a bunch. I just wish I had some more upgrades that specifically let me modify the RNG so I could get mid-run upgrades. Yeah, I wish I could modify the RNG a little bit so I could get the mid-run upgrades I want, and I wish I got more levels so that I could enjoy weird builds more during a run. Because oftentimes I'm leaving with like maybe only 5 perks and most of them aren't that good. And so like more would actually be really nice. But for now at least, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. And of course, if you want to pick up Boar Blasters, it's out now today on Steam. I don't know if it's going to be out quite yet when this video goes up, but it'll be out soon if it's not. But for now, thanks for watching. See you next time.